Namaste everybody. Welcome to the virtual class once again. Okay, dear students, today we are going to do some grammar exercise in English. Especially we will be doing the exercises being based on model questions prepared by CDC. Plus we will have some extra questions related to the topic. So let me begin with what our topic today is. So in the previous classes, what we did is we did seen passages, unseen passages means type. Especially we have done up to now we have done almost 6 questions, and question number 7 and 8, that is free writing, we will be doing it next time, and we are just breaking the flow, and we are here in grammar. So in grammar, as you know, in total there are 11 grammar topics, but there will be 2 types of grammar questions in the exam. First type, especially we have reproducing type of, means we have to reproduce the sentences, means we have to change the sentences as per the directions or as directed. And in that, we will have 6 questions for 6 marks, means 1 question will contain or will cover 1 mark. And the second type grammar will be like passage, we have to complete the passage, or we have to complete the text by filling or by choosing the correct answer, correct option given in the brackets. So that is just fill in the blanks type. That will cover, there will be 10 blanks, but 5 marks, means for each blank, for each correct answer, you will be awarded with 0.5 points, 0.5 marks. Now, let me draw your attention to the question here. This is question number 9, the first type of grammar. Reproduce the following sentences as directed in the brackets. Please try to understand what the instruction says here. Reproduce the following sentences means produce it again, means we have to rewrite it as directed in the brackets. So this is not only choosing the correct option given, we have to change the sentences, we have to transform the sentences as suggested in the brackets, means instructions are given in the brackets. Like question number A, don't open the door, and there is blank, question mark, and the instruction says add a suitable question tag. It means the very first question is to add a suitable, means a question tag here in the blank. So what or how you do for number A? Okay, answer for number A is, suppose if you are doing it in the exam, we have to copy the whole sentence from the beginning here like this. Don't open the door, and there is comma, and there is blank, question mark. So here, this is question tag, as you know, and the sentence begins from infinitive form. That means this is type of command sentence or command type or order type. This is imperative sentence, right? And this is negative one. So whether negative or positive, if the sentences begin from main verb, and for this type of sentence, in question tag, what do? We write, will you, right? Don't open the door, will you? Even if it is only open the door, the answer will be will you, same. Whether it is negative or positive, if the sentence begins from main verb, if the sentence begins from verb 1 or we say infinitive form, so we write will you. I think you got it. Now for number B, it means if you write this complete full correct answer, then you will get 1 mark. And in grammar, generally, unlike in free writing questions, we will not be awarded marks for for half correct answer or like that. So you have to make it complete, but it's not that much difficult because these are short sentences only. So number B, do not go there at once, change into affirmative, it says. So what do? Affirmative means always positive, right? Positive sentence, positive statement. So do not go there at once, do not. This not makes it negative. So we are going to make it quite reverse, quite opposite. Means we are going to make it positive. So for making positive, what do you do? Answer for number B is, are you right? Do not. Please remove this, omit this. And what do you do? You begin from go, main verb. Do not is used only just like here in number A. In number B also there is do not. This is just the negative of verb 1 or command or imperative type sentence. So if there is do not, just remove do not and start from go. But remember, this G should be capitalized. Why? Because this is the first letter of your sentence. So we write G capital. Go there, and what left? Go there at once. This is the answer. If you write this, you will get another 1 mark. And for number C, Kapil visits his parents in a week. Change into how often question. Remember, there are 2 questions from transformation topic in grammar. There are 2 questions. One is like making negative or positive or yes no question, and the other is like a question there, maybe WH question, especially how often question, why question, when question. There are questions. It means 2 sentences, 2 questions will be from transformation in grammar. One from track question, remember. The other 2 from transformation. How do you transform this sentence here right now? Kapil visits his parents in a week. Change into how often question. First of all, for this type of question, or especially for WH type of question, what you need to do is, you need to find out the answer in the sentence. There is answer within the sentence, just like how often, kati patak. It asks for frequency, kati patak. So what is the answer here? The answer is, in a week. Kapil visits his parents in a week. In a week means 1 time in a week. This is the answer. So remove the answer when we are making it a question. So how often? Begin your sentence. Begin your question from how often. How often? In American English, it is pronounced as often as well. How often? So remember, main verb. This is verb. Simple present tense means in verb 5 form. So if this is so, what do we use? We use do, does, it, does. We use does for verb 5 or simple present tense, right? So how often does, and then what is the subject? Kapil. And when there is already does, so main verb is changed into only verb 1 form. Verb 1 form, that's infinitive. So does Kapil visit his parents? His parents. Question mark. Because this is how often question. So don't forget to give a question. If you don't give the question mark, then your answer will be invalid or wrong. So be careful about that. And if you write this complete answer, then you will get 1 mark. How often does Kapil visit his parents? This is how you do. And what about in a week? In a week is removed because this is the answer of how often. So be careful to find the answer and remove it. Now number D. In number D, by the end of June this year, Seema, and there is blank, her MA in English literature. Use the correct form of verb complete in the blank space. Means there is blank, and what we have to fill is, we have to fill the correct form of this verb, complete. Complete is the main verb. Sometimes complete is given right after the blank inside the bracket, but here it is given in the instruction. So complete is the main verb, we have to use it in correct form. So by the end of June this year, let me begin the answer here. Okay. For number D. So number D answer, start from there, by the end. By the end of June this year, comma, Seema, now there is blank. So what do you feel? Which tense do you think will be there in the blank? There is a clue, Always This is from tense, and there is one grammar topic, tense use or uses of tense. So which tense or why we use which the tense, certain tense there in the blank is because of some reasons there. So there is a clue here in this sentence as well. So here it is, by the end of June this year. June means it is future time, future point in time. So, or future point of time we can say. So if there is by plus future time, or especially future point of time, if there is by plus future point of time, for this we always use future perfect tense. Do you know the structure of future perfect? So you need to have the ideas of, basic ideas of different tenses here. We have 12 tenses, and there are some extra structures like going to future is there, and there is zero tense and things like that. I'm not going to talk about that right now. But here, when there is by plus future time, we use what? We use future perfect tense. Future perfect means what? Will have or shall have plus verb 3, means past participle form. So what do you write here? Will have. Shima will have. Will have. What is the verb? Complete. So what is past participle of complete? Completed. This is verb 3. Generally we call it verb 3. So will have completed her MA in English literature. Literature. Angrezi Sahitya, English literature. Full stop. Remember, if there is a blank type of question like this, we have to underline the answer. If there is fill in the blank type of questions, whether it is in grammar or whether it is in passage or anywhere, just don't forget to underline your answer. This is how we do it. By the end of June this year, Shima will have completed her MA in English literature. Now, why will have completed is the reason. This, look at this, by plus future time. So there will be always some clues, some reasons in the sentence. You have to find out that. Now, number A. In number A, look at the question. Number A, the head teacher asked, how old are you, Gaurav? Change into reported speech. Reported speech, direct speech or indirect speech. We call it direct speech, indirect speech. So there are two types of speeches. The head teacher asked, how old are you, Gaurav? What do you think? Is it direct speech or indirect? This is direct one, right? Because this is the original question asked by the head teacher. Now what we are going to do? We are going to report it. Report it means we are going to change it into reported form, into indirect speech, right? So how you change? This is how you change it into indirect speech. This is question, right? WH question. For WH question, we use a reported verb, the same verb asked. Even if there is said to, we change it into asked, right? So you begin from the head teacher. The head teacher asked, because we have no problem here for reporting verb, RV, we call it RV, reporting verb. The RV is changed into asked, even if there is said to or said in the question form, especially in S-no question and WH question. There are only two types of questions, you know it. The head teacher asked, now what is the joining word? That, no. If, whether, no. Or would you use to or not to? No, because this is a question. And when there is WH question, remember, pick up this word and use asked whom. Be careful on this, One thing is there, Gaurav is there, and so head teacher asking this question to whom? To Gaurav. So don't forget to use this name, Gaurav, right after the reporting verb. The head teacher asked Gaurav. Now this time, Gaurav has been brought to the place of object here. And what do you do now? As I said, you just use this word, question word, but remember, the capital sentence, capital letter should be changed into small letter. Why? Because we are now going to use it in the middle of the sentence. That is the beginning of the sentence, but this is in the middle, inside another sentence, in between the sentence. So what do you use? How old? This is question. How old? And as it is a direct question, we use are here before the subject. But now we are not going to make it question into question. No, we are going to change it into statement. That's why what do you do? How old? First change it. Leave this now. Be careful about the subject. You is subject, second person. Remember, second person pronoun is changed according to object, right? Object after the RV, reporting verb. So Gaurav is the name of boy. So you means here who? Gaurav. So what do you write? We write he. Gaurav, how old he? Now this time are should go to this place after subject. So are is changed into past tense. It is either was or were, but with singular subject, with he, we use was, not were. So was is the correct answer. This is how we do. Did you get it? Students, now look at another question, question number F. They are constructing a new bridge over the Bagmati River. Change it into passive voice. Number F. You know, when we change active voice, an active voice sentence into passive voice, what rules we follow? We follow certain rules, like we have to find out subject, auxiliary verb, main verb, and object. So what is the rule? Basic rule is that object is brought to the place of subject. There is sometimes if the sentence is quite long like this, sometimes students get confused which one is object. But remember, object is right after the main verb. The thing is, we have to find out, we have to know, we have to identify which one is verb. Constructing ing form, this is verb 4. This is main verb. So that's why a new bridge is object. A new bridge. Now what do you write? A new bridge. Now the rule is we have to use, if there are auxiliary verbs, use the auxiliary. A new bridge, but there is are. Here we have got a new bridge, singular subject, right? Or means one. So singular subject we use is. This are has been changed into is because it is the demand of the sentence, because the subject is singular right now. So a new bridge is, when there is verb 4 or verb ing form in passive voice, we need to use being, be verb into ing form. Is being, right? Being. Then the rule is verb should be changed into past participle, that is verb 3. In passive voice, main verb is always changed into verb 3. So it is constructed. But one thing you have to be sure, you must know different forms of verbs while changing into passive voice. Especially we need to change, we need to have the idea of which verb it is. So especially, even if it is verb 2 or even if it is verb 5, we have to change it into verb 3. So that's the reason. So a new bridge is being constructed. By them is generally not written, because they means who? They means many people, multiple people, or they means unknown subject. We don't know whom or who these people, the words they is referring to. That's why better omit it, better remove it. So remaining words are there, over the Bagmati River. Over the Bagmati River. Right? All right. A new bridge is being constructed over the Bagmati River. Or if you like, you can write, if you are confused whether to write by them or not, then if you are not pretty sure, then do this. A new bridge is being constructed. You can write by them inside the bracket and continue with other words like over the Bagmati River. But I suggest you not to use by them, by people, by farmers, because they are already non-subjects, They are none. Who construct a bridge? Definitely people, not animals. We know this. It is already clear to us. That's why we don't have to, or it is not compulsory to write by them. Okay, leave it. We have almost done 6 questions here. That is for 6 marks. Now, the second type, grammar. Let me lead you to second type grammar here. Okay, first, let me remove it. Now, second type in question number 10. This is the last question in your exam. This type of question will be the last question. Okay, let's go through the instruction first. What does the instruction tell you? Look at this. Number 10. What is the marking scheme? What is the marks? Marks, 10 into 0.5 means there will be 10 blanks, 10 spaces. I have already told you this is fill in the blank type of grammar exercise, and one blank means one correct answer contains 0.5 marks. Means for 2 answers correct you will get 1 mark. For 10 answers correct you will get 5 marks. So this is how we do. Now instruction says choose and copy the best answers for the numbered blanks below. Blanks are numbered. Blank number 1, blank number 2, blank number 3, 4, like this. There are numbered blanks here, and the instruction says further in the brackets, rewriting is not compulsory, it says. When the instruction clearly says rewriting is not compulsory, means we don't have to copy all the sentences in the exam, because time is very much important. And if it already says not compulsory, means if you like you can write, because writing or rewriting does not spoil your writing. You will get the marks if they are correct and there are correct answers. But if you don't have really time to copy all these sentences, because it takes almost more than 5 minutes, and this is for time saving idea, so compulsory, it is not compulsory, it says. But if the instruction does not mention it, if the instruction says complete the following story, complete the following paragraph, or complete the following text by choosing the correct answer from the bracket, if it says like this, then that time we have to write, we have to copy the sentences, that is rewriting. So be careful before you do the exercise. Read the instruction clearly and only move ahead. Only after that move ahead. So let's see. Once there was, I'm not going to rewrite it because it is quite time consuming. After this, I will try to show you some other exercises as well. So for time saving purpose, I'm going to do it faster. So once there was blank number 1, the and a fox. Once there was the fox and fox a fox. What do you think is the correct answer? Yes, this is a fox. Why? A fox, or why not the fox? Because we don't know which fox we are talking about. So for the first time, if a noun is introduced, we don't use the. We simply use either a or n, but for the beginning, initial sound of fox is for, and for is consonant sound. So for the singular subject, singular noun with consonant sound in the beginning, we will use, or we use a. If in place of for, if there was vowel sound like a, e, u, this type of sound, we would use n. But here, A is correct answer. He lived in a jungle. There also lived a crane. The crane and the fox. This time the crane. Why? Because the fox, this word has been repeated. First time a crane. From second time onwards we use the crane. Second time onwards the fox. Great friends. Was, were, or are. What do you think? Subject, look at this. The crane, the fox. How many subjects? How many nouns? 2 nouns. It means it makes it plural, so we use were. But why not are? Because this is a story, right? And this story has begun in past tense form, So we need to use past. So where is the only option, correct option here? They visited each other's home now and then. They visited each other's home now and then. One day the fox invited the crane. Where? Dinner. In dinner, on dinner, to dinner. Invited means to dinner. Invited the crane to dinner. Invited me to his house, invited. After this verb, we use to. Invited to, the crane to dinner. He has put the soup in a flat dish. The story has continued, in what? In past tense, right? So what is the correct answer? Has put is present tense, present perfect. Puts is simple present, verb 5. So what is the correct answer here? Put. He put the soup in a flat dish, because we are completing this story in past tense. Remember. The crane had a long beak. Had, again past tense, just see. He could not take any of the soup. The fox finished licking his dish and asked the crane, how? Now remember, be careful about this. There is the sentence, we have to complete the sentence within inverted comma. Means, which one do you think is the correct answer here? Was the food? How was the food? How the food was? How the food is? Is it direct speech or indirect? Direct or indirect? What do you think? This is, within inverted comma we use in direct speech. So in direct speech question, there should be auxiliary verb before the subject. So be careful about this. That's why was the food, how was the food is correct answer here. Do you understand? Okay, next. The crane said it was very nice. In fact, it was really upsetting to the crane. Now there is blank and question mark. This means there must be a question tag, right? So in fact, it was really upsetting to the crane. Without looking at the options, we can make the answer here. Just like it was really upsetting. This is positive sentence, so the negative question tag should be in negative form. So there is was, so it should be was not, isn't it? There is it, so there should be it pronoun. So what is the correct option here? Wasn't it? Was into wasn't, and it is here it. So wasn't it is the correct answer. The crane felt insulted. He wanted to take revenge. The next week, the fox invited, will invite, was invited. This is from passive voice, right? Active or passive voice. This is from voice, grammar topic. So the fox invited or the fox was invited. What do you think? The fox was invited. Who invited? The crane invited, right? So the fox is the beginning of the sentence. This means it is in passive form. The fox, that's why was invited is the correct answer. Invited. It is not the fox who invited. It is the crane that invited. Invited whom? The fox. So object is in the position of subject here. That's why it is in passive form. Was invited is in past tense. That's why it is correct answer. To dine with the crane at his home. The crane served boiled rice in a jug, because so that in order to, the fox could not reach the food. Why the crane served boiled rice in a jug? There is a purpose, purpose. Udeshya janaudahari. What do you write? We write so that. And another thing is that we can see the structure as well. The fox could not. If there is subject plus can, could, generally, and if it denotes or it tells us a purpose, it denotes a purpose. What do you write? We use so that. And remember the structure as well. Could plus verb 1 means there must be so that. The fox could not reach the food. The jug had a very narrow neck. The fox could only smell the rice. Its head would not go inside the jug. The crane enjoyed the food very much. In this way, the crane made the fox remember. This is from causative verb. So in this way, the crane made plus agent. In causative verb, if there is made or make plus agent, we must use bare infinitive. That is verb 1. So what is the answer? What is verb 1 here? Feel is verb 1. So you write feel here. Made the fox feel sorry for his behavior. If the fox had fed the crane well. Now if clause, conditional sentence, remember. If the fox had plus verb 3, had plus verb 3 means past perfect tense. After, in if clause, then in main clause, there must be would have plus verb 3, right? So what is the answer here? Would not have plus verb 3 means here would not have insulted. This is the correct option. Why? There is had plus verb 3. So in main clause, we use would plus have plus verb 3. If it was only verb 2, if there was verb 2, we would use only would plus verb 1. So get the ideas, I think. You got this? So very quickly, I have got another set of questions. This is from my side. The first type grammar again. Few sentences for your practice only. So let's see. I think you can see it on the screen. Question. The first type grammar, as we did it earlier. Look at the questions there. Do you think they are easy? Most of the students, I think, up to this time, because you are already prepared for the exam, you might know the answers, but for some, maybe it may be a big problem. So don't worry about this. Number A, she hardly helps me. Add a question tag. Hardly, remember. Sometimes, sentences look like positive sentence, but the words are negative in meaning. So what do? See, hardly is a word that makes it negative sense. It gives a negative sense in this sentence. It means it is a negative sentence. If the sentence is, if the statement is negative, the question tag should be positive. So how you use? See, hardly helps me. So let me write here. Answer for number A. She hardly helps me. I have already told you this is negative. So there is verb 5, singular verb. So what do you write? Does. If it is already negative, we don't use any not here. So does, and C is there. This is the first letter C, yes, capital. But here we are going to make it small letter. Does C. And question mark. Don't forget the question mark here. So this is correct answer. And one correct sentence will award you with 1 mark. I have already told you. Here now number B. He did it well. Into negative. We have to change it into negative. He did it well. Okay. The sentence is already there. Question, I'm not going to copy the question here. So answer for number B. He did it well. Did. Subject he, same. Did is in past tense. So what do you write? In negative form. If there is verb 2 in positive sentence, affirmative sentence, in negative we use did not or didn't plus verb 1. Right? So this is the structure. Did. And you can use not. You can use not separately, or you can use it in contracted form. With contraction, He didn't. He means he did not. And what do you need? Sometimes, students get confused. If there is did, they add not and just copy the remaining words. Please don't do this. Sometimes, it is confusing. Did not. Okay, not negative is there. But again, according to the structure, we have to use verb 1. So what is the verb 1 of did? We must use do. And now eat plus well. Full stop. So this is the answer. He did not do it well. Number C. The police caught the thief yesterday. Into when question. I have already told you for WS questions like this, we have to find out the answer in the sentence or within the sentence. When means time. It asks for time. Kaile. Kaile. What is the answer? Yesterday. This is the answer. Remember, this answer should be removed. Answer. So you begin with that word, question word. When, and caught is in past tense or present or what? You have to be, sure of the tense. You have to know this. You have to have the idea of this. So it is in past tense. Cats caught. Past tense. So what do you write? Did in past tense. When did, then we write the subject. The police then verb 2 should be changed into verb 1 because there is already did. So only catch the thief. The thief. Question mark. What about yesterday? Yesterday is the answer. It is removed. The thief. Now, next, number D. Look, someone come towards us. This is from tense. Rewrite correctly. It says, it means we have to use the verb in correct form, correct tense. So how do you write? For number D, look. When there is look, listen, hurry up, don't disturb, don't make a noise. If there are short expressions before the another sentence, and if there are exclamation signs like this and short expression with like this, look, listen, hurry up, then after that in the other sentence we have to use continuous form, present continuous form. So the answer is someone. Present continuous means is, come becomes coming. Someone is coming towards us, right? Now number A, I know the man. Passive voice. I know the man. The rule is the man is brought to the place of subject, the man, and know is in present tense, so we write is and are. With the man singular subject we use is, and verb 3 of this know is none. And many students get confused, they write by plus subject, but here in place of by with no verb we use to. The man is known to, and I in the object me. The man is known to me. This is the answer. Likewise in number F, the teacher said to us, don't make a noise. The teacher said to, this whatever sentence it is, the beginning, the sentence beginning with don't or verb 1 or this is from beginning. This type of sentence is called imperative sentence. For imperative sentence, said to is changed into told. So the answer is the teacher told us. If the sentence is negative, just remove these exclamatory signs, these punctuation signs, and then use not to. The teacher told us not to, because the sentence is negative, not to make a noise, full stop. So you'll have correct answer if you do that way. Now very quickly, our time is almost over, so very quickly let me show on the screen. Please have a look. Number 10, this is the additional exercise here. Choose the correct options from the brackets to complete the text below. The second type of grammar. Just look at this quickly. You would love to hear about what? You would love to hear about and the wedding ceremony that I attended last week. So what is the answer here? A wedding ceremony? No. The correct answer is the wedding ceremony. Why? The wedding ceremony that I attended. We are not talking about any general or common ceremony. We are talking about a special ceremony that I attended. Because of that I attended last week means this is a particular, a special wedding ceremony, so we use the wedding ceremony. It was my friend's sister's wedding. I went there with my sister, right? Yes, I went there with my sister Susma. All the family members of the bride and the bridegroom were there. It was so crowded as that because, what do you think? It was so crowded, I was not able to congratulate it. Means it was so crowded that is the correct option here, that I was not able to congratulate the bride. My sister Susma was enjoying listening to the people drinking wine. She asked me what? This means this is in indirect speech, so we write, she asked me what I was looking, right? First option is correct answer here, what I was looking. I said I was trying to see the bride's face. The ceremony was held. What do you think? Passive voice, was held is correct answer. The ceremony was held under a huge tent in the garden of Yak and Ati Hotel. Okay. At first everything went really well. One of the cute girls is. What do you think? One of the cute girls. Girls is the not subject here. One is subject, so singular. Remember, one of the girls, cute girls was. Why not is? Because we are writing it in past form, past tense. This is story type. We are describing it in describing past events here. So we write was dancing so beautifully that we were all watching her. The weather was fine till then, but suddenly the sky had looked. Which one? Which tense? The sky had looked? No. Looked only. So looked dark and there was a terrible storm. People started running here and there. I was holding the hand of my sister. The tent fell down. We came inside the hotel. Everybody was staring at me. Now, question tag. Everybody was staring at me. Wasn't he? Wasn't they? Weren't they? What do you think? Everybody. With everybody we use they. So with they we don't use was or wasn't. We use were. So the last option, weren't they, is the correct answer. Then I was surprised to look at the hand. Okay, there should be then, not the then. I was surprised to look at the hand in my hand. It was not of my sister but of the bride. I was totally shocked when I looked at her face. She was none other than my girlfriend. The situation made me, when there is made plus agent, we use verb 1. Made me feel is correct answer. Nervous. I nearly fainted when she said, will you marry me if my parents... Will you marry me? This is if clause, If my parents, there is a will plus verb 1. So in if clause there must be verb 1. Accept. If my parents accept you. Now there is another story behind it. This is the end. Students, hope that you got something here in today's class or from today's class. We don't mean to teach you everything, every grammar topic right now, but this is how we are just dealing with the way we write in the exam. Thank you very much for being with us. Have a good day. Enjoy your time. Enjoy life. Namaste.